Hello everyone, welcome to AML Campus. Today we're going to talk about tuples and sets. So to start off with, the topic of tuples is very important because tuples represent an immutable sequence of objects in Python. So what are tuples? Tuples are an immutable sequence in Python. It means that the whatever there is inside of a tuple cannot be changed. Thus, if we create a tuple, we can be assured that the value inside of it should not be changed and should be used as it is. Now, defining and using tuples is very easy because to create a tuple, we just need to use the parameters and just add stuff inside of it. As you can see, we have created a tuple and to store of it we are using a variable name as magic creatures, and inside of it we have placed some elements such as unicorn, big dragon, and phoenix. So these are all elements which are going to be like just static inside of it. They won't be changed. And when we print magical creatures, then we get all of these elements. Now, similarly, we can also use the list functions to gather the what's inside of a tuple. Like for example, if we use brackets and use zero, we can get the first element inside of a tuple. Thus, the first creature will gonna be the first element in magical creatures, which is unicorn. As you can see, we have printed that. They are useful for storing a fixed collection of items. It means this collection should not be changed at all. So, after creating a tuple, what we can do is we do multiple things, such as we are sure that it will not going to be changed. So, if we do try to change it, we will get errors, such as over here we can see that we are trying to see a type error because when we try to assign a new character, a new string in the first section of magical creature, like it was unicorn over here, but we want to assign something else, such as griffin, then it will gonna lead to a type error, and then we are gonna get it printed. Tuple object does not support item assignment, thus we can't assign another item inside tuple. Similarly, we can also do things like indexing and slicing. As I have told you, they are both very similar to list and sets. Thus, when we would put parentheses over here, we can access the second element over here. Since it's one, it means the second element, which should be dragon. So when we print it, we get dragon. Similarly, we can also do slicing. If you remember correctly previously, to slice an object, what we can do is we can put brackets over here and then have three colons. The first colon, like the left hand side of that first colon, represent the starting point. Over here, we are going to start it. So one means on the second, which is uh, dragon. So it will gonna start with dragon. After that, the right hand side of the first column represents the end. So over here there is nothing. It means that it will gonna go till the end of the list, or over here the tuple. Thus it will gonna go till phoenix. After that, we can put third colon and we can add another thing, which will gonna be the direction. So if we don't add that, it will gonna go from left to right. But if we do add -1 over there, it means it will gonna go reverse, meaning it will gonna go from right to left. If we do add it, we will get phoenix and dragon instead of dragon and phoenix. There is also another property. They can contain heterogeneous data types, meaning tuple can also contain unicorn, one, true, and 3.4, something like that. It means the data type should be same. That kind of condition doesn't apply to tuple. There is also their elements cannot be changed as we have seen over here, and tuple support indexing and slicing as we have seen over here, that we can indeed use slicing, and we can also assign um, uh, the value variable with a value of a tuple, like over here we have done using tuple to shorten dictionary. So the reason why I taught you tuple is because when we do understand how to use a tuple, we can do a very interesting thing, and that is to sort a dictionary. So what we can do is we can create a dictionary first of all. Okay. So over here we have created a dictionary, and after creating that dictionary, what we can do is we can take if we short it. Let's example. we sort a dictionary. So what happens inside the dictionary is that every value is like this will gonna be your key value, and when we sort a dictionary, it will gonna sort based on the key value. Thus, it will gonna change into alphabetical order. Thus, it will gonna be cloak, potion, spellbook, wand, and something like that. But if we do is we sort the values inside of a tuple and then we sort it, we can change the position of k and l. Thus, this value of 3 will gonna be ahead of it. Like the value of key will gonna be 3 and the value of 3 will gonna be portion. It will gonna change places with the key and value, thus giving us a result where we can sort it based on the numeric value instead of the key value. Over here we can see that it has been sorted regarding due to the numeric value. After that, we can move on to the second step, which is introduction to sets. Well, sets are very important step because sets let us have the unique thing, which is like it cannot store like same type of element inside of it. Thus, it is very useful when we want to remove duplicates inside of a set. So what happens with the set is it is a set or unordered collection of unique elements, as we have understood in primary schools that we can use set to hold values which are like very different to each other. So over here we have some elements which are very different to each other, which is invisibility, teleportation, or telepathy. So these are all powers which are very different to each other. They are stored using curly braces, or we can like start a set variable, but it will gonna be an empty set by using the set function, which is just set into parentheses. After that, if we print the set, then we will get the whole set printed like this. It is similar to dictionary but without a colon. Now, set have some characteristics such as over here, set do not allow duplicate elements, thus meaning they support mathematical set operations like union, intersection, difference. So what we can see is that magic power dot add flight, then we will gonna see that the set has an extra element known as flight. After that, if we want to remove an element, we can do is we can use the remove function. Thus, we are getting teleportation, invisibility, flight, and the telepathy part has been removed. We can understand that to remove or add something, we can just simply use the name of the set dot add or remove, and in parentheses we can type the string or the character we want to include, remove or add. After that, we have set operations. What are set operations? Set operations work on union, intersection, differences. So to start off with, union is like the combining elements from both sets. So if we have another set which is additional powers, which is healing, invisibility, flight. Now, what we are doing is all powers. Like, what are all the powers? The question is like, tell me all the powers you have. So it would be magic powers dot union additional powers. Thus, magic powers set plus additional powers. Thus, the combination of both sets would be invisibility, flight, teleportation, healing. As you can see over here, the magic power set only contains teleportation, invisibility, flight, and flight and invisibility are already there. Thus, only healing was added. Thus, we get the invisibility, flight, which are both present in both of them, and healing and teleportation, which are unique elements in the both sets. After that, we have intersection of sets. Intersection of sets mean the common point between both of those sets. Thus, when we do this, we get invisibility and flight. We get that because, as you can see in the first set, which is magic power, we have invisibility and flight. In second, we see that we also have invisibility and flight. Thus, these two elements are very common in both of those sets. Thus, they are the intersection between those sets, and that's why we have printed that. After that, we have intersection differences of the set. So differences of sets mean that we have to uh, tell what's the difference between set A and set B. So we when we use it, we get magic power dot difference and then additional power. So what it will gonna do is it will gonna remove the elements from magic power which are also inside of additional power. So invisibility and flight are removed from the magic power set, thus giving us only teleportation. It does not add healing because healing is part of the subset, not on the main set, thus giving us the value teleportation. After that, what we can do is we can remove duplicates, as I have said before. So to remove it, there is a very simple method, which is converting the list to set to remove duplicates. So over here we have a list of 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6. So to remove the duplicates, what we can do is we can just convert it into set. When we convert it into set, it will gonna automatically remove the duplicates. Thus, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we can't just print the set, right? We have to convert it back into the list. So, because the main purpose of the code was to remove the duplicates from the list, not to make it a set. So, we will reconvert it into a list, and thus, when we print it, we get the list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But it's not like it will gonna maintain the order. The order may change. Thus, we can't rely on it for data where we want to keep the order. After that, we have this. Over here, we can see original list is apple, banana, apple, orange, banana, grapes. So when we do convert it, we can see a pattern over here. Instead of it starting from apple, it starts with grapes. After that, it goes for orange instead of apple or banana. So as we can see over here, the order won't be there if the items are like disorganized. Over here, we can see there is if it was apple, apple, banana, banana, orange, green, then there might it be a order. But because of this discontinuous order, it won't be maintaining the order, thus giving us this type of scenario where it's grape, orange, banana, apple. And now we have another example, which is original list with duplicate elements. Over here, what we can see is we have the same thing, list, and then we initialize an empty dictionary to keep track of all the scene elements. After that, we use a compression of filter out duplicates while preserving the order. We are just using for loops to get the data if it's inside of the set or not, and if it's inside of it, we compare it using uh, a set default and then add it inside a list, thus giving us a value which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will also gonna work for words because we are checking it using a for loop by and comparing it with a set instead of just normally converting it from set to a list. After that, we have 2D list. In previous video, we have studied what a list is and what a dictionary is. But to better understand future problems, we have to understand that not only we can use a list as a 1D format where we have a list of list, but we can also do is we have a list and inside of it there are multiple lists. So similarly, this is a case of a multiple list. It is a 2D list. It means there is a list and inside of it is another list, thus giving us a 2D matrix, which is something like this. So over here, we have the first list, which contain other list, and those other lists are this one, two, three, for the A list, the B list, the C list. So when we want to like get the access of the right this first element inside of the whole matrix, then we can just go for 0, 0. But if we want to go for the second element, we will go for 0, 1, and thus we will go for third element by 0, 2. For the fourth element, we will go for 1, 0. For second, 1, 2. And that's what we did. And we got 6 for 1 and 2. 0, 1, 2. So for the third element, it will gonna be 0, 1, I mean 2, 0. For this, it will gonna be 2, 1. And for this, it will gonna be 2, 2. So if we do change it into 2, we get 2, 2, which is 9. Similarly, we can to print it, it's a very easy tactic which uses um two for loops. So the first for loop will gonna iterate through the first list, and the second for loop will gonna iterate through the elements of the sub list. So in the first, it will gonna go from each row, and the second one will gonna go for each elements. So it will gonna first start with first row, and it will gonna add the elements to it. So as soon as it starts, it will gonna add an element which is one, then two, then three, and that's how it will gonna do. So and we are using a print at the end of the entering all the values to add another values like just downwards, but we can just skip it and it will be just gonna be a single list. So overall, we have understood what a set is, what a tuple is, and how important they are when we are trying to solve a problem in which we just have to remove duplicates. So that's it for the today's video. See you in the next one.